What's up everyone, Kodo Lewis here, back with another video on Sunhaven. In this one we're gonna be going over how the crops work when it comes to attracting animals in Nel'Vari. Basically there's a mechanic in the game where if you have so many of a certain crop grown, it'll attract a specific animal to your farm, and basically you can collect resources off of that animal. I'm going to be showing you how it all works here in this video. It's pretty simple. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to be showing you a better layout for this. This is kind of how I had my old layout, and I've got a better one over here set up. I'm going to show you all that and stuff. It's going to be pretty cool, so make sure you stick around for that. Basically, I got it all set up right here. We'll talk about first what each thing gives you, which one of these you need to make sure to grow. So basically, first of all, how it works is you want to grow 10 of the plant in order to attract the animal. So we had to have 10 acorns fully grown on the farm in order to attract one squirrel to the farm, basically. Now I don't know if it only does one. I think the squirrels do end up actually stack, because even when I was only had, or maybe I had 20. I think I have 20 of these grown, and sometimes I had like 3 or 4 squirrels, and now I've got about 40 on the farm right now. I've got about almost 30 or 40 of every crop right now. Because I was just trying to see how much we could get and stuff like that. It seems like some stuff will duplicate, but certain things don't. But to start off, yeah, basically we just have to plant 10 acorns, then we'll get the squirrels, which then we can harvest for materials like these. Now this just basically gives you peanuts, and I believe these don't really have any use in the game other than selling for mana orbs. One of these gives you 1 mana orb. I mean, these acorns are super easy to grow, super cheap, so it's just a passive way for you to get mana orbs. That's pretty much how all of these are from what I can tell, except for we have these elemental seeds, which are a way for us to farm fire crystals. We can farm earth crystals and water crystals off of them. Just by having them on our farm, it's a passive way to be able to collect those like every day. It's pretty awesome, pretty sweet. You can get a nice stockpile of these going without having to go in the mines at all. So that's pretty sweet. The only other thing was this right here, the wind chimes. These will allow you to get sparkling dust. I'll show you how all that works. But these, everything else is worth a couple mana orbs and everything, except for obviously these crystals. But I couldn't figure out what this sparkling dust is used for. It only has a sell price of 1 gold, so I'm pretty sure it's used for some kind of crafting recipe, but I haven't figured out what. If you read the description, it says, shiny flakes of rock and crystal left behind by the passing of the wind sprites. Nel'Varians love using it to add sparkle to their creations. So they use it to add sparkle to their creation. I'm assuming definitely some kind of crafting material, but I couldn't figure out anywhere that it would, any recipes that it used or anything like that. So if anybody ever figures that out, make sure you put that in the comments below. If I figure it out, I'll be putting it in the comments, in the description, all that good stuff. But I have no idea as of right now. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out and get an update on that. But yeah, like I said, if you figure it out, let us know in the comments. So far I think these 4 seeds right here, these 4 plants, the Indiglow, the Shiwaki mushrooms, the mana gems, and the Wok Choi, you really don't need to grow those. I haven't gotten any animals specific to these or any kind of anything like that, no elemental sprite or anything, so I don't think you really need to grow these. I've got like 30 or 40, like I said, of each one of these on the farm right now, and have had them for a couple days, and I haven't noticed anything coming, no animals spawning for that or anything. But enough of all that. That's basically how the mechanics of it all works. Now I can actually show you, how to actually harvest it and stuff like that. So you can already see, you already noticed, like here's a squirrel over here, here's another squirrel over here. So basically what we're going to do is just walk up to it and we can collect the squirrel. And you're going to see, boom, right there, we got a peanut off of this squirrel. And right now, there's certain areas right here where they usually spawn, and I'll show you all those spots. And sometimes you're going to have to make sure to be careful and double checking, because some of these animals will move. They definitely all move, and then they'll like hide back here, and they won't be able to see them all the time. That happens, especially with the dragon. There's a baby white dragon. You'll see him here in a minute. that does that all the time. But let's go ahead and collect this wild cat. Gives us some catnip. And by the way, I forgot to go over the rest of these actually real quick. I'll do that. The acorns will spawn the squirrels. Dragon fruit is going to spawn the baby dragon, which will give you the dragon scales. The cattail seeds, they're going to make the cattails. It's going to spawn the wild cat, which gives you catnip. These wind chimes are what's going to spawn little wind sprites, and they'll give you the sparkling dust. And then each one of these elemental seeds, now the elemental seeds have a chance to grow one of three things. They can grow the water, the fire, or the earth one. They can grow any of these. It's random chance. You're not even going to see what it is till like the second day after you water it. So it's a bit trickier, but as long as you get 10 of each of these, you're good. You'll be able to get a little bit. Now I do believe those stack, because I have seen multiples of these. Here's another, see, here's what I was talking about. Well, sometimes these go behind it, so definitely make sure you keep an eye on that. After you collect them, they will just disappear and they'll come back the next day, so that's something to keep in mind too. Now here's one of the sprites I was telling you about. This is a rock one, or an earth one, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty simple. We're just going to use it and get an earth crystal. Pretty awesome mechanic right there. Here is the baby dragon. That's what I was talking about earlier. Earlier this baby dragon was hiding way back here in this. Like if you see, you can go up here for a second. So I'm like way up here. These animals will hide way up there. I was having trouble getting him to come out for the video. But now he's out, so let's go ahead and just collect everything from him. Collect all this. That time we got 2 dragon scales. That's not too bad considering. Now see, that may be because I do have enough of those. It may have produced 2, but I've never seen 2 dragons spawn. Everything else I've seen multiple spawn up, but the dragon. Here's a fire one. That's going to give us fire crystals. Fire crystals. Here's a wind sprite. Now these give you those sparkling dust I was telling you about. That's something for crafting. I'm guaranteeing that's something for crafting. And here's the next spot. Basically, you just want to check these little like pockets on the corners and the sides of the farm, because that's where all this stuff is going to spawn. Sometimes you'll see them walk out here and stuff. The squirrels and the cats will. The squirrels especially. It's really simple though. Go ahead and collect these, and I believe that was the last 2. I don't think there's anything that ever really spawns up here by these deer or anything. But that's really all I had as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and walk over here and check out the setup that I got over here. Now this is the setup I think I can recommend that you use. This has 20 of each plant here. Even I know we don't really need like any of these down here at the bottom. I think each one of these are pretty much useless. It's all these top ones. We got the cats, the dragons, the wind chimes, and the acorns for the squirrels. So, and then each around the borders I've got all the elements right here. So that's going to give us enough to do everything right there. That's all we need. And we don't even really need these down here, but in case, that could be a bug right now that's not making these spawn, or it could also be something that they're going to add in. So just to future proof it, we've got these. Plus it just looks cool. I think it's a really cool layout. You got a little bit of all the plants here. Super cool. Let me know what you guys think about that. Hopefully that will be useful for some of you. But I think that's a pretty solid setup. Easy to maintain, easy to water. It looks a lot better than this mess I had started out with over here. Pretty much works perfectly in this little area right here. Really cool. But yeah, that's all I had for you. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to those 100 subscribers, so I really appreciate all the support I can get on that. Definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I know this mechanic is a bit different than everything, so if you didn't understand it and this helped you out, definitely hit that like button. Or if there's any other questions, make sure you leave them below. I'll get back to you on it. This, like I said, this one is a lot different than anything else they've had in this game so far, so most people probably aren't just gonna catch on to this real fast. It barely even really tells you that about it. There's like one line in the quest that the lily, I think the little caterpillar or slug, whatever she is, tells you that if you grow so many of certain crops that animals will come. It doesn't even tell you how many and stuff. So, but this is really the best I've done, the best I've seen. It works pretty good. I haven't seen anything. I've been getting a lot of these materials consistently, it adds up pretty fast. I mean, right there we got 50 mana orbs right there just in 5 dragon scales. You saw I got 2 of those earlier, and then, you know, all together, I mean, I probably ended up getting like 30, maybe not. Well, yeah, probably, because just alone with these dragon scales was 20. I think I had collected like 3 of these catnips. That'd be about 12, and then about 3 or 4 of these peanuts. So yeah, that'd be a little over 30 mana orbs just in one day from doing nothing, just like a passive income type deal. That's why it's real good. All you gotta do is just make sure you water your farm every day to make sure it's not, you know, withering away. I'm not even sure if that's a mechanic, if it'll actually do that. But anyways, that's all I've got for you guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Appreciate it.